You are loyal to yourself. You are learning how to understand and work with your primal energy, your fiery passion, and what motivates you, and learning to love yourself and appreciate yourself in a different way, in a deeper way, and a way that is more authentic to you. Thanks for joining me. This is Inner Voice Tarot. I'm here to give you a reading guidance channeled from Source, channeled from Spirit, to help you through difficult situations that you're having, and to hopefully help make things a little bit easier for you along the way. I have a new setup here, as you can see. If you like it or have any other comments, please let me know below. I'd really appreciate your feedback. I want to know how I'm doing. So first card out is the Eight of Cups. We've had this energy come out a few times in the last readings. So Spirit wants to talk to you about a recent walking away. Queen of Cups. So this was a real emotionally mature decision that you made to walk away. And Spirit is acknowledging that. The Magician. So some of you, I've actually never looked at this card before. Some of you have really stepped up your game recently in terms of your manifestations, your connection to Source. Maybe some of you have increased your meditative practices or prayers, spells, anything like that as well, to improve your channeling ability and intuition. Oh, Six of Swords. So there was a walking away. I mean, this is also okay. And the Fool also came out when I showed you that Six of Swords. So it's really interesting that we have the Fool and the Magician out, and the King of Rods at the top of the deck. Okay. So it's really interesting that we have the Magician and the Fool that came out in this spread. So there is definitely an energy and a spirit here of starting over, starting from scratch. You're at the beginning of your journey. You decided to walk away. You decided to say no to a situation, and it was very emotionally mature of you. Spirit wants to affirm that you made the right decision by deciding to leave these people behind you in your past. You are moving on to calmer waters here with the Six of Swords. So Spirit is acknowledging your travel. I just see travel here with the Eight of Cups, with the Six of Swords, also with the Fool. I see travel here. So there's definitely a walking away. Some of you might literally be traveling as well. And like I said, there is like very mature energy out on the board. It's like this complete dichotomy of the Fool and the Magician, the first two cards in the Fool's journey, and the Queen of Cups and the King of Rods. So it's like very emotionally mature energy, very mature energy when it comes to your passion, your happiness, and inspiring other people to find their life purpose as well. So I'm seeing that this walking away was necessary, that this starting over, but you do feel like you're starting over. You do feel like you're starting from scratch. And some of you might feel like you have a second chance at life because you decided to walk away from this situation. Spirit, please give some additional clarification on this walking away. What did we walk away from? What did we avoid? What did we turn our heads to? What did we say no to? The Empress. Spirit, can you give me some additional clarification on this Empress energy? So maybe someone was in your life who kind of like touted themselves as the Empress, someone who thought, kind of like claimed to have all the answers, claimed to be perfect, claimed to have everything under control. You know what? And it also could have been a saying, okay, so we have the 9 of rods and the 2 of rods that just came out. So I think that also part of this, okay, and death at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so part of this was actually you revising your vision for how you saw yourself. Like many of us at different points in our lives envision like a certain ideal for ourselves. In the future, I'm going to have achieved this. I'm going to have these parts of my personality, have my happiness. I have the ideal home, the ideal family. You have these goals that you set out for yourself and the way that you see yourself. And this walking away, you kind of like abandoned an earlier version of yourself. And it's not even in a bad way. You realize like that the things that you idolized and the things that you wanted to achieve were things that other people had told you were important. And so you kind of like turned away from other people's goals and visions for you and started your own path of authenticity and finding your true self. Oh, very nice. This death and rebirth transformation that's happening, Scorpio energy. 2 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. So Spirit is saying that you have been through it. You absolutely have been through it in terms of the difficult times that you've encountered and you've overcome. And it's caused this death and rebirth. It's caused this Phoenix energy to happen for you and to you. And things have not always been easy for you. You've struggled a lot. You've struggled a lot with the experiences that you've had in your life. Some of you have experienced some really serious trauma. But you're seeing now the path that you could take, the expectations that other people had for you, and then listening to your inner voice, listening to your inner child, listening to your intuition, and deciding to take a different direction for yourself. Spirit is acknowledging that, yep, okay. So we have strength here that came out. So some of you also might have there's a lot of fire that's on the board right now. So some of you might have a prominent fire placement. A Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. And the 7 of Wands also came out. So feeling like you need to protect yourself and defend yourself. And I think that this is happening because you are so early in this like new like version of yourself. You're totally upgrading. This isn't even like an upgrade. This is like a personal revolution for you that you're going through right now. Huge changes that are happening with this strength card. You are loyal to yourself. You are learning how to understand and work with your primal energy, your fiery passion and what motivates you. And learning to love yourself and appreciate yourself in a different way, in a deeper way, and a way that is more authentic to you. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you for deciding to walk away from the path that other people laid out for you and deciding to go on your own path, go on your own adventure, support yourself through the ups and the downs, right? Because it's not always going to be smooth sailing. But you're doing it for you. And so at least then when you are 80 years old and you are on your deathbed, you can say, I lived true to myself. I lived true to my authenticity. I didn't buy into the stories and the fears and the messages that everyone else had for me. I experienced it and lived it for myself. Spirit, do you have any final messages for us? Yeah, okay. The star. So Spirit is acknowledging your transformation, your connection to Spirit, your connection to Source, your connection to your intuition, transforming, forgiving as well. Forgiving yourself and forgiving the people who led you down that original path. You know, those messages that you received earlier on that led you onto that initial path, you know, these aren't like bad energies. This isn't like the devil energy. This isn't the Three of Swords energy. This isn't the Ten of Swords energy. These aren't, or even like the Five of Swords energy. Like, these aren't people who did this in a malicious way. These are people who like gave you the information, gave you guidance based on what they knew and what they experienced. So like, it was true for them, and it was, as they saw it, helpful and supportive and loving. But you are operating and you are existing on a totally different level, a totally different plane than a lot of other people around you. And you are questioning things, you are taking risks, and your faith and strength and love is on a different level than a lot of other people. And so it's kind of almost like easy to look back and say, this person did me wrong, this person did me dirty, this person gave me bad advice. But just know that it was done with love, for as deep as these people could love anyone. I hope that gives you some guidance, and I hope that gives you some closure. Please let me know, and thank you for being here.